Most successful people are pretty consistent in the morning. Second common thread, most successful people have pretty hectic lives.
When there's so much distraction, when there's so many things that are pulling you every which way, you kind of start to pull back, right?
Door to door is 90% mental, 10% physical. I learned that when I started going door to door and experienced the best teachers.
How many of you feel like you have a huge list of things that you need to get done and you feel like you have a good day, but then you look back and it's like, I really didn't get shit done.
A brief moment of interaction, you begin to feel like the other person's in sync with you.
What's up, guys? Here in Lake Hartwell, South Carolina, and we're in this abundant, cool, beautiful lake house where we're about to host the most epic sales summit we've done. This is our 4th sales summit, and we're going to be diving into different embedded commands and language patterns to mindsets to how do we actually strategize our day and accountability to, we have people like Kenny Brooks, the window cleaner YouTube phenomenon, to William Lamb, who's an NLP practitioner and roofing expert, the roof hustler, Deshaun Bryant, Michael Ivanov. You've got Stephen Pritchard and Luke Ward, who did 249 installs last year in solar. And we're going to be really getting intimate and learning and putting everything into practice. And the theme of this week is the amazing race. And so as you see different weird exercises and things like that, it's all designed to say, how do we put ourselves in stressful situations, urgency, and know how to apply the sales techniques all simultaneously. So let's see what everybody does. All right, so the first day was a super success. We had Michael Ivanov coming in and just telling a story about how his grandfather was a escape from the Russian war, and just going through diversity and really utilizing your talents and not hiding them. Really, really powerful speech.
Hey, what's up, guys? Michael Ivanov. I'm over here at Sam Taggart's event in South Carolina at the D2D Summit. I love hanging out with these people. There's always incredible energy in these events and just incredible group of people. So I'm excited to speak to them on talents. I'm going to be talking about mindset, perspective, those kind of things, but mainly how to use the talents that they have and apply them into their life, personally, professionally, every aspect of their life, and how to invest into their talents and not bury them, not lose the talents that they were given. I felt like I was taking the path of least resistance in my life. Just kind of taking things easy, taking things day by day, not really pursuing anything, not really facing any of my fears. And because of it, I developed this fear that I would one day look back at my life, maybe it was 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, and look back on this moment and realize that I had missed out on a bunch of opportunities. I've got 5 principles that are from my latest book, but these are principles that allowed me to get back on track in my life and in my business when I needed it most. And these are principles that to this day I go back to when I hit an obstacle in my personal life or in my business. So I want to share these principles with you guys today, and I hope that they can do the same thing for you guys.
And then we had Kenny Brooks come in, who is the funny salesman. A lot of people know him through YouTube, and he just trained on objections. He just was like, here's some good one-liners, use these lines to overcome objections on the doors. Because a lot of times we don't have the tools and we're not equipped with, what do I say when they say this? What do I say when they say this? So he broke that down.
It's your boy Kenny Brooks, funny salesman. We out here in South Cackalack. I'm about to do some training today, so y'all stay tuned. We out here. I said, sir, can I ask you a question? This 12 years old, and I carry the same skills now. I teach my kids sales and everything. Anyway, to make a long story short, I was like, can I ask you a question? He was like, what? I was like, you got kids? He was like, yeah. I was like, if 2 of your kids was playing and one broke the glass, you wouldn't spank both of them, right? He was like, no. I was like, well, you shouldn't spank us for the bad performance. Let me just call my stupid advisor. And he started laughing. So right after that, we upgraded him like Beyonce. He ended up getting a year subscription. So I went from a paper boy to a salesperson. That's what Kenny Brooks' birth salesman was born at 12 years old. So then at 12 years old, what I found out was it's like a secret, you know what I mean? Like Victoria. Like I found out going door to door There ain't no ceiling over your income. You can go to sleep broke, you can wake up a millionaire. You know, you can go from welfare to Rockefeller. It's just your mindset. So at 12 years old, I started reading books and everything because I learned something that I learned door to door that I never learned in school. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I tell people all the time that this should be taught in school. You know what I mean? Because some people die at the age of 18, they don't get buried till they 70 because you passed away a long time ago mentally. And door to door is 90% mental, 10% physical. I learned that when I started going door to door and experienced the best teacher. So we're gonna get straight into it. This right here is the steps, is 4 steps to a sales talk.
I also trained on just the sales mentalities, and just like a lot of times we get trapped in the shelter of our stats. We have our own little mental governor on, and we limit ourselves just due to our environments and such. So how do we go remove all of that? And then we talked about just question-based selling, so how to do, you know, different types of questions, to powerful word tracks, to all sorts of really cool things that help kind of equip you with more tools, because that's the whole goal, is like, how do we become more efficient at selling? So what type of sales reps do you want to be? Because this is where a lot of people, when it comes to association to sales, is they're either the victim, the survivor, or the conqueror. The victim is somebody that's like, I always have this happen to me. I never can find, this area is this customer's that. Here's a perfect example. If I go to my sales team and I say, post your numbers every day, and one of them posts, I got 0. One of them posts, I got 0, but this, and this happened. And if I were to talk to this person, and they would, and I'm like, just be like the first guy and say, I got 0. Own the fact that you got 0. I don't want to hear the story of why you got 0. The simple fact is, that's all the reason why you keep getting 0 is because you think there's a story behind it. Because if you were a conqueror, you would have said, I don't bagel. I don't come home with nose. And if you were a conqueror, you'd say, I got 0 today and it freaking hurts. And tomorrow it won't happen again. And then we dove into some of the games and we played some challenges to get our bodies moving while practicing and embedding this new learning into our motion and into our repertoire of sales skills.
3, 2.
Incredible.
Yes, incredible. I love it.
Proven.
Let's go, baby.
Sorry, that's not why we're here. I don't have any time. Perfect, perfect.
They're fast this time.
There, we got it. Lock
Hang on as you go through my leg.
Currently own an electric vehicle.
Good idea. Are you thinking about buying an electric vehicle?
What's your question? Do you want to add value? When's the last time you had your roof inspected?
So now we're in the first challenges. We have 4 stations. One's yard pong, one's like pantyhose softball game, one's throw the water in the buckets, and a hula hoop. But the point of these games are to be in a stressful situation but still have to think of question-based skills. These are using powerful words. That one's a leadership base. This one's objection handling. Because when you're in the doors, like, you're getting hit and you have to be able to think on your feet. So it's putting them in a situation where they have to think on their feet, they have to work as a team, they have to go be successful. So it's doing the work, not just talking about the work.
Guys, this is for you, not for anyone else. Begin!
Well, day 2 was epic. We had some amazing content from Steven. He trained on time management and effectiveness.
You should feel like you accomplish something every day. Every day you wake up, every day you go, it's DWI, discipline with intentions. Every day you wake up, every foot you put forward should be progress in the right direction. What you're trying to accomplish, what's your intention for this? What does this look like for you? If I'm going this route, does this take me to the promised land? Because you have goals too, right? Can we all agree? Everybody has their own goals in here? Whether you guys say it to yourselves every day or talk about them every day, I don't know, but I do. But Again, we all have goals. But if we allow things from the outside to come in and disrupt those goals, does that not take your 5-year plan and make it a 7-year plan almost? If we're not intentional.
Then we went into workshops where I asked each industry leader to really be specific on the nuts and bolts of their pitch, their presentation, their close, the objections that they deal with. So Kenny Brooks took all the pest control and the alarm guys. Then we had Deshaun Bryant take all the roofers and talk about body language types and objections. You ripped out his pitch. He's like, here it is, just say this. Then you had Luke Ward take 3-4 hours on his close, his objection handling skills in the home, different scenarios, and just blew minds. Like, it was really cool to watch how deep these guys went. And then we recapped with William Lamb, where it was really cool to see him reprogram the mind. And a lot of times we have these core beliefs that we've been kind of taken on as like almost a negative virus throughout our whole lives that we don't realize we get to heal. And if we change one simple value system, that could eliminate a lot of unwanted or unserving beliefs that we've been designed with unintentionally. And when we can speak to our unconscious mind and do some new language patterns to ourselves, that's going to only unpack the better version of us and help us instantaneously attract more abundance through really easier flow. There's so much abundance out there. It's just ability to accept and deserve and want and get what you want.
Your mind has to open up more resources. The unconscious power that you have dormant inside you that is not currently consciously available has to be unlocked in order for you to hit those goals. So if your goal does not have that effect, you'll just stay normal, yeah? Whatever that means to you. So here's the question. If you could have anything you want, unlimited resources, what would you put down on those lists? I want to hear a few items, things that come to mind. Anyone?
Day 3, we took everybody to these ropes course and we did different tracks. Like, some people were on the pump track, some people were on the roast course, some people were learning with us. Me, William, I taught embedded commands, he taught negation and NLP. So we dove into like all the different language patterns and got really technical. But on top of that, I had fear challenges and challenging ourselves, because in sales, sometimes you got to put yourself in uncomfortable scenarios. And so then we finished out with an amazing dinner and ceremony at the Iron Hill Brewery. And one of the things about our culture is we're accustomed to ceremonies, whether that's a baptism, whether that's graduations, whether that's, just any kind of certificate. It makes it kind of put an end cap. So what we did is we did this really cool I'm a Sales G walk through this tunnel, and everybody got awarded their little medallions. And it was one of the really cool, impactful experiences for most of these people to say, I'm stepping into a new sales individual.
I hope you learn to make it on your own. And if you love yourself, just know you'll never be alone. I hope that you get everything you want and that you chose. I hope that it's the realest thing that you ever know. Hope you get the pretty girls that's pretty at everything. $1 million cribs, having $1 million dreams. And when you get it all, just remember one thing. Remember one thing, that one man could change the world. That one man could change the world. All I wanted was $100 million and a bad chick. Imagine this a month, so nice it felt like that I had it. Back on the mattress, staring at the ceiling, trying to connect the dots, but it's all making those attachments. I'm talking dreaming so hard, so nice it felt like draft day, My stepbrother used to flip them bags outside the crib like it was trash day. No Kim K, but he bags, yeah. But when you're getting fast money, slow down, don't crash. With all all the drive in the world, swear you still need gas. Look, think about it. Close your eyes, dream about it. Tell your team about it. Go make $1 million schemes about it. Success is on the way, I feel it in the distance. Used to look up at the stars and be like, ain't too much that's different. I be shining, they be shining. Get your one shot, don't you miss it. What you know about waking up every day like you on a mission? And I hope you learn to make it on your own. And if you love yourself, just know you'll never be alone. I hope that you get everything you want that you chose. I hope that that's the realest thing that you ever know. Hope you get the pretty girls as pretty as everything. $1 million careers have $1 million dreams. And when you get it all, just remember one thing. Remember one thing. One man could change the world. One man could change the world. My grandma told me if you write your name.
You know, the whole moral of all this weekend was to break down, you know, not only your sales techniques and tools, but also the mentality around selling and the mentality around success and what you view as success. And it was so fun to see everybody have not just sales experience, but a life-changing experience. And I think that's what you're going to hear from most of the people that can. Continue to follow along with our adventure. Make sure you subscribe for more videos just like this one.